Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live trading webinar. I hope everyone is doing great. So let's get started. This content is for general information only and is not intended to provide trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. And please, for those who join us for first time or you're relatively new on these webinars, you can listen to the fundamental analysis on the podcast section. You can find it on our website. If someone don't know where to find it, just type it on the chat and I will make sure you receive the link. And of course, you can visit your App Store or Google Play and you can download the mobile application. Mladen said, good morning. Good morning, Mladen, and thanks for the email yesterday. It was very helpful. Guys, by the way, feel free to send me emails if you need, if in case you want to say anything about the live trading webinars. Absolutely, you are very welcome to do that. So Elena said, good morning. Good morning, Elena. Larry, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning, Larry. Roland, good morning, all. Good morning, Roland. Williams said, good morning, Theo and everyone. Good morning, William. Maria Julia said, good morning. Good morning, Maria. Ibrahim, good morning, Theo. Good morning, everyone. And I assume from Africa. How are you doing, Ibrahim? Mr. Carlos, nice to see you here. Mr. Nick said, good morning, Theo, and good morning to everyone. Good morning, Nick. Ekiem said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Ekiem. HY, by the way, HY, how can I address your name? Just H, is that okay with you? Said, good morning, Theo. Yesterday, you said, I said that I'm bullish on gold. Yes, I am. Where do I put my stop loss? Below the Tuesday, what day is today? Wednesday, below the Monday's bullish engulfing low. Janice said, good morning, all. Good morning, Janice. Nicholas said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Nicholas. I hope you're doing well. Ruben said, good morning, Ruben. X-Man, good morning, all. How are you doing, X-Man? Ruben asked, how do you manage your risk regarding the DAX entry at the open? We will talk about that when we see the trade. So let's change the screens. Ernest said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Ernest. Now, that's the first pound US dollar daily chart. By the way, yesterday, Mladen asked, and thanks for asking that as well, that many of you guys here on the webinar are trading intraday and you want to see a bit more analysis for intraday. Can you please type on the chat box? I'm just curious to see how many people they are interested in intraday trading. And also, if you can specify which time frame do you use to execute on the intraday, that's important. So please make the effort, just type. You don't need to tell me any currency pairs you are trading on the intraday. You just need to tell me the time frame you trade, and that means you trade intraday. I will understand. Just make it short, so it's easier for me to read the messages as well. Francis said, good morning from Gambia. Good morning, Francis. Ibrahim said, looking good and very smart as always. Theo, good to see you. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Cherry said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Cherry. Larry asked to have a look at the QE JPY. We will. X-Man, the heat is on. Everything is set to go today. Radolf, I do intraday 1 minute chart on DAX. All right. Ruben, analyze 1 hour and trade on the 5 minute. Okay. Mladen, execute on the 5 minute. Roland, 5 minute, 15 minute. William, scalping most of the times on 5 minutes. Okay. And 15 minutes coming from 1 hour and 4 hour. Argo said, good morning, daily and 4 hour. Okay, so that's more swing trading. Thanks for explaining that. Akia said, I'm trading intraday 30-minute time frame. Okay. Sharing 4 hour chart and then 15 minutes. So majority of, if we combine the 15-minute and 30-minute charts, every 30-minute chart consists by 2 candles of a 15-minute chart. So it's like if you trade the 15-minute or the 30-minute chart, it's pretty much the same. The 15-minute chart, though, it just gives some more detail. Now, when you trade on the 4 hour chart, is not considered as an intraday trading, and it's more on a swing trading. That's what we analyze pretty much every day. Ibrahim said 1 hour, find market structure and price range and execute on 15 minutes. That's a good strategy. I like that. Elena said daily, please. Ernest said, I will be glad if Australian Japanese yen. Okay, we'll check that. Guys, thank you so much for the clarification, and I'll make sure that I introduce this. I just need to see it based on the time, how to introduce you to this intraday trading and feed it into this morning analysis. Maria said, I do daily 4 hour and 45 minutes. Okay, that's another good structure. William said, I have to admit that your webinars can be used and work very well in those timeframes. Theo, yes, they can. It's just need to understand pretty much some fundamentals of trading. And I see many traders, I'm not talking for you guys, but in general, I see many traders, they have lack of understanding, not because it's something difficult or they don't want it. They are in a rush. They are in a hurry to place the trade. You have to consume more time to understand where there is a tradable pattern. And if you're going to execute a trade, not only where you're going to place your stop loss, but based on the structure, if you can make some profit, that it's gonna be 2 to 1, 3 to 1. That's the most important thing at the end in trading. Pound US dollar, it's stuck in this range here in this sideways move. There is no clarity for me, the price, what is doing at this point. Came from here, made like this, bam, down, up, up in this direction. To me, it looks like more than a head and shoulder pattern in the development, unless we see some pound strength. So when there are more than opinion about the currency pair. And why there is more than one opinion? Because it's not clear. Then it's better to stay away from that market. We want to find markets that they are easy to trade. Like this one here, we understand that this one, it was a nice doji candle, this another nice doji candle around this support area, previous support. Now, you have to also understand that the market is coming from a downtrend. And I explain you there are two things to consider when the market comes from a downtrend. First, the lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs and lower lows, if they will be intact. And second, if you enter the trade and it's moving upwards, when it comes to the trend line, the downward trend line, if it can be drawn, or if that will be a moving average, if you cannot draw the trend line, sometimes we can't, and therefore we use moving averages. And after that, what the price does the price break outside or get rejected like here? It's nothing wrong to, guys, markets are dynamic. They are moving every single second. We have to be flexible and adaptable with the market changes, and also accept to change either our position or our biases. So the matter of fact is that this is still in a downtrend. We entered here on the anticipation of bullish pressure, but we have, I explained you that you have two obstacles to overcome. First is the lower highs and lower low series, A, and B is the trend line breakout. Guys, I explained that on a previous webinar, and I don't have the privilege of time, sorry, to explain that again. So please make the effort to watch some of the previous webinars and you understand. I explained the same example. So at this point, the market doesn't give us some clarity. What do? We just look for another market, especially for an intraday trader. You want to trade intraday. First, you have to pick up the direction. Which one is your direction here? Can you try to engage with me, because we need to go through some other currency pairs as well. It's just because most of you are trading intraday, but there are also people, they don't trade intraday, and I would like to, that's not a private coaching session, that's for everyone. So I respect everyone's time and effort to be on this webinar. Now, this direction here, some people, they're going to say it's up. Some people, they're going to say it's down. Why? Because some people, they're going to look this bearish candle here. So they're going to say the direction is down. Some others, they're going to see this doji here, and they're going to say the direction is up. Some others, they're going to draw a trend line, and they're going to say the direction is up. The matter of fact is that if there are, let's say, out of 100 answers, if not 95 answers at least are the same, and only 5% has a different opinion, then something is not clear. You need, when you see a price on the chart or the direction, to spot it on, to be very, to stand out of the chart. Okay, so that's the first thing about trading intraday, to pick up the direction, and we pick up the direction from a higher time frame, usually from daily or 4-hour chart. But this one is unclear. Next one, Euro US dollar. We had a bullish bias, but we didn't have any strong price action to initiate positions. Yesterday, bearish engulfing on the daily chart. At this support, I wouldn't be keen to sell it, to be honest, because bearish engulfing at support. Why didn't close below the support? Good question. Yeah. So I will be looking more for some double bottoms here, some bullish price action, and this one looks that there is so much sell-off here, and at some point the market will correct to the upside. So Australian dollar against the US dollar on the daily chart, we commented yesterday, we are still bearish, very bearish, extremely bearish. Now, price came at a good level of resistance, daily chart or 4-hour chart. If they give either a double top or a strong reversal price action, why not take our chances? Same with the New Zealand US dollar, although it's not exactly at the level of resistance. You see the level of resistance, it's up here. And sometimes these price actions here are misleading price actions. I want the price to touch. I'm extremely specific and fussy when it comes to execution. Price has to touch the area. It's not enough to come right here. You need the price to get inside to see the rejection, to confirm. You increase your probabilities for a good trade when you trade this way. Still bearish on this one. USD JPY. Here it's a consolidation development. We don't know if this consolidation, it will end up with a break to the upside or to the downside, or it's going to, it's going to break up to the upside, and that it's going to be considered as a bullish continuation pattern, or if it's going to break to the downside and create a new market structure, and that's going to consider as a downtrend. USD Canadian dollar, double inside from yesterday, and guys, keep an eye on this one. 3 weeks in a row with no correction in currencies. It's extremely, it's very unusual. And as I explain you, to be flexible, there are indicators that you can use when you are analyzing trends. For example, one of the indicators I like to use is the Bollinger Band. Why? Because after the trend matures, the Bollinger Bands, they have a good tendency to show if the price is still strong to the upside. Look at the upper band, as I explained in previous webinars, how do they develop? Look at the upper band from this point here. It has, instead of the price moving close to the band, the price is just going away. And the lower band, instead of expanding to the downside after the price move upward, because that's how they show the momentum, it just contract to the upside. That shows extremely weakness. So one of the indicators we use for trending markets, it shows that their market is weak. Let's check also the FIB extension. Let's say that was the swing here from high to low, and the extension, as I explained in yesterday's webinars, we are on 161.8. That's a strong area of resistance. It may be a strong area of resistance in an uptrend. Now, price action, but so this is we use them as filters. We use them as to validate, let's say, some trading ideas. But we have to pay attention to the static horizontal resistance and to the price action. Here, there is a contraction in the price action, and at some point, I do expect to see boom to the downside. So we can keep an eye on that. USD, Swiss franc, around this resistance, maybe some good opportunities on the lower time frames just for scalping to the downside around resistance. Nothing wrong with that. Euro JPY, yesterday this bullish engulfing that stop. You see, guys, how the market misled. The bullish engulfing engulfs the previous party anyway, stopped right at this resistance, like the euro US dollar. Remember, we just analyzed bearish engulfing at support. It's not a good opportunity to trade it. Most of the time, it misleads the crowd. So bullish engulfing at resistance yesterday reversed. Price is back to this small, narrow range. If you want to trade it on the lower time frames because you identified a strong level of support on the daily chart and you go to the 5-minute chart, you can find the way to enter the market. I don't have the privilege of time to explain you a few ways to enter the market. I will try to do it in another session. So we can look for longs. Pound JPY, still long opportunities here. Price makes higher highs, higher lows. Yesterday, this bearish candle didn't manage to show some kind of strength, but again, it's a mature trend that at some point it's going to correct. A bit unsure exactly with this one here at this point. Yesterday, it had more clarity, but today it's a bit uncertain. But for traders, they trade on the 4-hour chart and they do position trading or on the daily chart. For example, this is higher high with divergent, bearish divergence. So we wait for price to come and correct at some areas of support. But looks like this correction here, it's very deep and maybe it's not an opportunistic way to trade. Next one, Australian dollar JPY at the support here, bullish engulfing a few days ago, but the market yesterday didn't move higher. And that raises some uncertainty and some doubt among the traders. So again, it doesn't mean, guys, because we're going to get into one trade, for sure what we expect to happen, it's going to happen. Sometimes we have to be flexible. And when we see that the market is not moving, maybe we just call to scratch the trade. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's not because we say always we go when we have a winning trade, we want to go for 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. And if the market give us the signal, it's like I will make an example that came into my mind, a real example that many years ago when I used to be a smoker, and at some point I start coughing and my lungs, it's like I felt that I couldn't breathe normal and I just ran to the hospital. But it was like my body was giving me the signal, hey, maybe it's time to quit smoking or to reduce smoking. So what if I insisted? It will be maybe a different story, right? Sometimes you have to pay attention to the market. If you do higher time frames, price action trading, you do have the privilege of time to come back and see if the price did how you expect it to do. And if not, maybe you have to call to scratch the trade. Canadian dollar JPY on the daily chart. This is at resistance. And again, for intraday traders, you find a market at resistance. Maybe you can go to the 5 minutes, 15-minute chart and try to find some lower highs and lower lows to trade. For higher time frame traders, you can maybe go to the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, and try to find some price action to trade it. So that's at resistance. New Zealand JPY, guys, in the middle of nowhere. I know many traders, they took this trade here because of the bullish engulfing, not because they told me, but I understand how traders they think, because I'm a trader also, and I used to start from somewhere. I used to don't pay attention to the whole picture, and sometimes because of frustration or enthusiasm, we are challenged to take some trades. But the price is moving sideways. It doesn't move in any defined direction. So I'm not interested to take this bullish engulfing. I'm not in the trade. 5 minutes to the London Open. Thank you, Ibrahim. Guys, so many messages. Oh my God, thank you so much. Good morning, Theo. I will be honest, I'm usually too lazy to get up this early to watch your webinar. I usually watch the YouTube video later, but today an achievement. I'm awake. Well done. Well done. Hi, Olayon, Brahim, Rumen. Hello, guys. And guys, did we miss any of the markets you would like to analyze? For example, Euro JPY for higher time frame traders. This is the price stacked in this trading range, and that's fine. Now, at this we are waiting for the market to show some signs of support rejection here or a break of structure. On the 4-hour chart, as you see, there is an interesting market structure with positive divergences or bullish divergence, and it has a high probability. It can be a high probability trade here. Gold, where is gold? Bullish engulfing at support. There is room of opportunity, as I explained yesterday. You can watch yesterday's webinar for this analysis. Still bullish on this one, and on intraday, I will be interested to look for higher highs and higher lows to trade it. Nothing wrong with that. WTI. Let's see if the price will break below this neckline, this upwards from neckline, and we're going to look for some head and shoulders. DAX, and we also need the other platform to monitor the time. So 2 minutes for the London Open. DAX has this bullish bias since early this morning. On the 5-minute chart, though, if you're going to just zoom out a little bit, you can spot some higher highs and lower highs here. Let's go back to the daily chart to rearrange our levels. Here it's a daily chart level. Here it's a previous day low. 5-minute chart now. I'll be interested to go now. How do I manage the risk? Usually, I like to, because on the DAX, we have more, we have higher reward to, we have extremely good reward to risk, profitable trades than losing trades. I use a bit wider stops here. So for this trade here, I will go for a buy stop above here, and I will scratch the trade if the price is going to move beyond this low here. I will leave it for some fluctuation, doesn't matter, but if it's going to come below this one, I will scratch the trade. 1 minute for the London Open. And then I will place a sell stop order here below this low point. If the price breaks to the downside and moves those 10 points, I will be interested to get into that move. In about 20 seconds, I will place the pending order, because as I explained yesterday, for that reason, for the same reason. Guys, all the webinars are recorded on YouTube, and because there is only limited amount of time this webinar lasts, I cannot stretch time, and because there is another webinar after this. So I will go for a sell stop below the low here and a buy stop above. Let's see which order will get filled. IKEA, yes, the news events that affects the DAX 40. The news events that affects the DAX 40 mainly is the Germany's and Eurozone's and Spain's major news events, and Italy's. Okay, if you want to include France, I don't, but nothing wrong with the French economy. It's just for the DAX. So mainly on any economic calendar, you can see the Eurozone news events, major news events, and the Germany's major news events. These are the most top. Now, they are referring to unemployment rates, to interest rates, to consumer price index, to gross domestic products, all this stuff. Angelo asks, please don't engage with intraday people. You have a point. To trade intraday, you need to understand, you need to develop a specific mindset. And I put it on, I wrote it down as one of my goals for the next months. I hope I'm going to find some time to, not that I hope, I will find some time and I will implement this to make some courses about how to trade intraday. Guys, would you be interested to, now we are still waiting, by the way, that's why I don't do anything. You see, we have 2 pending orders for new traders. First pending order is buy stop, second is sell stop. One it's going to get triggered and I cancel the other. I'll go for if it's not going to be a false breakout, I will just go for this small amount of points here. Now, guys, by the way, now almost I completed the beginners trading course. So then there is a process for compliance teams and other teams to look after it before it's going to go public. But I'm thinking to make a specific course, especially on how to trade intraday. Can you please let me know if there is interested from your side, if you have such a course like this to know? I can make 2 courses, one for intraday and one for end of trade or end of day, price action and all this stuff. So just let me know. And yes, intraday. Marcellinus, okay, the 2 courses. Yes, we all 100%. Okay. All right, guys. I'll try to do it as soon as possible. Now, in this sell position, I understand some people, they're going to put a stop loss, let's say, on the 10 points, and absolutely fine, no problem with that. Ibrahim said my webinars are excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks for your participation, guys. We do the webinars. I do the webinars for you. So this one here, let's see how it's going to end up. Athena, yes, intraday. Let's see what the next candle will. Raquel, yes, I'm interested. All right. Guys, if the price is going to come up here, I will close the trade. Okay, some of you maybe are already out of the trade because it moved more than 10 points. We all appreciate all your videos and knowledge. It is the precisely, seriously best trading company on the internet without a doubt. Oh my God. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. B, both are interesting. Ruben, excellent question from Ruben. How long do you keep your trades open, your orders open, if they did not get triggered? On the DAX, only for about 15 minutes max. 2, 3, 5-minute candles. If they don't break out, either way, I cancel all the orders. I delete all the orders. Guys, another webinar, it will start shortly, so I have to stop this one. Keep in mind, if you are still in the trade, if price comes here, I'm out of the trade. The reason I didn't put a hard stop, it's because I'm not willing to do anything else, just watching the price at this point here, unless it's going to come down and take the take profit target. Okay, so I will leave you with this. Thank you so much for your participation. Really appreciate your engagement, and I hope you gain a lot of value. Please make sure you give some likes on the video. Already I see some likes, and it's very nice on the YouTube channel. For those who watch us from the Zoom account, please make the effort and leave some feedback. And I will see everyone tomorrow at the same time.